This story follows a woman named Sayaka who believes life has never been fair to her. In her eyes, there are lucky people and unlucky people, and she feels like she got the worst side of it. She has no real family left. Her father has passed away and her mother moved on and built a new life with someone else. On top of that, things are not going well at work either. Sayaka works as a real estate agent, but she often gets into trouble and gets scolded. Her daily life feels dull and repetitive, and most of the time she is just alone. She has no close friends, no boyfriend, and even struggles with basic things like cooking, so she ends up eating fast food almost every day. Then one night something strange happens. Sayaka dreams that she is walking alone when she comes across a man sitting outside her house in the cold. She has never seen him before, but he asks if he can come inside to warm up. It is a simple moment, but for some reason being around him makes her feel unexpectedly happy, even though it is just a dream. But the next morning things get even stranger. Sayaka wakes up and realizes that the man from her dream is actually real. Not only that, he is already in her house, casually cooking in her kitchen. He greets her warmly and prepares breakfast for her. For the first time in a long while, Sayaka gets to eat a proper home-cooked meal, and she genuinely enjoys it. That small moment alone makes her feel happier than she has felt in a long time. In that quiet moment, her life begins to change. This is Evergreen Love. Since Itsuki's presence makes her life feel a little brighter, Sayaka decides to let him stay. They get to know each other, and the man introduces himself as Itsuki. From that point on, Sayaka's life slowly starts to change. Having Itsuki around makes everything feel more lively and colorful. He is not just good-looking and kind, but also surprisingly skilled in cooking. On top of that, he has a deep interest in wild herbs and even knows the names of plants growing right in Sayaka's yard. At one point, Itsuki asks if he can stay for 6 months until Sayaka's birthday on August 15th. Sayaka has no problem with that at all, and she lets him stay as long as he wants. As they continue living together, Itsuki keeps cooking amazing meals for her every day, even preparing lunch for her before she heads to work. Because of him, Sayaka slowly becomes more positive and starts looking forward to her days again. Even though they are just housemates, their bond becomes really close. Itsuki works part-time at a convenience store and always takes the night shift, just so he can be home in the morning to cook and take care of things before Sayaka leaves. One day, Sayaka gets into trouble at work again and gets scolded by her boss. She comes home feeling frustrated and down, but Itsuki is there for her. He comforts her and helps her forget about everything that went wrong that day, making her feel a little lighter again. As time goes on, their days together start to feel even more special. During the holidays, Itsuki gives Sayaka a bicycle so they can go out, explore, and just enjoy simple moments together. While spending more time with him, Sayaka begins to notice something a little strange. Itsuki owns a few branded items that look pretty expensive. Still, she chooses not to ask too many questions. She does not know his full background or even where he really comes from. But she does know one thing for sure. He loves wild herbs and photography. What makes him even more impressive is how he can turn simple wild herbs into delicious meals. Even with basic ingredients, he somehow creates food that tastes amazing. Sayaka cannot help but admire him more and more. And just being around him makes her feel happy. At the same time, there is another guy named Takazawa, one of Sayaka's coworkers, who clearly has feelings for her and keeps trying to get closer. But Sayaka is not interested at all. Her thoughts are completely focused on Itsuki, and even thinking about him is enough to brighten her mood. As the days pass, their relationship naturally grows closer. They spend more time together, especially on their days off. Most of the time they are just riding their bikes, searching for wild herbs and taking photos. Even though it sounds simple, Sayaka feels genuinely happy as long as she is with Itsuki. One day they take a walk through a beautiful meadow. In that peaceful moment, Itsuki makes a flower crown and gently places it on Sayaka's head before taking her picture. That day feels perfect to her, and she secretly wishes that moment could last forever. But not everything in her life is that peaceful. At work, Sayaka gets into trouble again when a male customer makes an inappropriate request. She firmly refuses, but the customer twists the story and complains to her boss instead. Even though she did nothing wrong, she ends up taking all the blame. Feeling frustrated, Sayaka tries to improve herself in her own way. After work, she stops by a bookstore and buys a book about wild herbs. hoping she can learn more and keep up with Itsuki. On their next day off, Itsuki takes her to the riverside to look for herbs again. While walking across the rocks, Sayaka slips, but Itsuki quickly helps her up. He then gives her his handkerchief, and that is when she notices something again. The handkerchief is clearly an expensive branded item. This time she decides to ask about it. Itsuki casually says he got it from a coworker, but Sayaka is not fully convinced. Curious, she ends up secretly following him to work. When she gets there, she sees Itsuki acting quite close with a woman at the convenience store. The moment Itsuki notices her, Sayaka quickly leaves. Itsuki runs after her trying to fix the situation, but Sayaka cannot hide how she feels deep down. She realizes she is jealous seeing him with someone else. After that, things start to shift a little. Sayaka begins spending more time with her coworkers and even goes home with Takazawa sometimes, even though she knows Itsuki is waiting for her. When Sayaka gets home, things finally come to a head. The tension between her and Itsuki turns into an argument, and in the middle of it, she accidentally blurts out her true feelings. She admits that she likes him. Surprisingly, Itsuki feels the same way. With that, the two of them decide to start dating. From there, their days become much happier. Now as a couple, they continue spending time together, doing the same simple things that brought them closer in the first place. At one point, Sayaka invites Itsuki to attend a flower exhibition by a famous ikebana artist named Ryumi Ito. She thinks he might enjoy it since it still involves plants, but Itsuki politely turns it down, saying he is only interested in wild herbs. Without realizing it, 6 months quickly pass. On Sayaka's birthday, Itsuki surprises her with a homemade cake and a book about wild herbs. Sayaka feels genuinely happy, especially because she gets to celebrate it with him right by her side. But that happiness does not last long. The very next day, Itsuki suddenly leaves. He does not say goodbye in person and only leaves behind a short thank you note. Sayaka is completely crushed. She feels lost and has no idea where to find him. She even goes to his workplace hoping for some kind of clue, but there is nothing. With Itsuki gone, her life slowly falls back into the same routine as before. The loneliness returns, the days feel empty again, and she goes back to eating fast food and living without any excitement. Then one day, she runs into a woman who used to work with Itsuki at the convenience store. Thinking this might be her only chance, Sayaka secretly follows her, hoping to finally find out where Itsuki went. But things do not go as planned. She ends up getting reported to the police after being mistaken for a stalker. At the station, Sayaka breaks down. She finally lets out everything she has been holding in, talking about how desperate she is to find Itsuki, but has no idea where to even begin. Soon after, her mother, Noriko, comes to pick her up. Back at home, Noriko checks on her and looks genuinely worried. She knows Sayaka has been living alone, eating poorly, and dealing with everything by herself. Still, Sayaka insists that she is fine. She does not want to burden her mother, and keeps telling herself that she can handle things on her own. Even so, the two of them end up having a heartfelt conversation, reconnecting as mother and daughter after a long time apart. After reconnecting with her mother, Sayaka slowly starts to move forward. She begins to accept the painful truth that Itsuki might never come back. Even so, her feelings for him never fade. No matter how much time passes, she still loves him. Meanwhile, her bond with Takazawa grows stronger. They spend more time together, and he clearly cares about her. But Sayaka cannot bring herself to return his feelings. In the end, she turns down his confession because her heart still belongs to Itsuki. Instead of waiting around, Sayaka tries to live her life again. She goes back to the places she once visited with Itsuki, learns more about wild herbs, and even starts collecting and cooking them just like he taught her. Little by little, she begins to heal on her own. Even though the memories still hurt, they also remind her of the happiness she once felt even in the simplest moments. A full year passes. Then on her birthday, something unexpected arrives. Sayaka receives a package from Itsuki. Inside is a book about wild herbs, and it turns out to be his own work. This becomes the clue she has been waiting for. The address on the package leads her to a hotel where Itsuki is about to hold a press conference. Without wasting any time, Sayaka rushes there. She quietly slips into the crowd and finally sees him again after so long. During the event, a surprising truth is revealed. Itsuki is actually the son of Ryumi Ito. the famous ikebana artist. At that moment, everything starts to make sense. Sayaka finally understands why he refused to go to the flower exhibition before. Through his speech, it is revealed that Itsuki was supposed to inherit his family's legacy. But that was never the life he wanted. So he chose to leave everything behind and search for his own path. Following his passion, he traveled, studied wild herbs, and eventually published his own book. After hearing all of this, Sayaka quietly leaves the venue. She realizes that they come from completely different worlds. Because of that, she feels like it would not be right to keep holding on to hope that he would come back to her. Even so, she knows she will never forget him. The way he loved wild herbs, the meals he made for her, and all the small happy moments they shared will stay with her forever. But when she returns home, something unbelievable happens. Standing right in front of her house is Itsuki, just like the day they first met. This time he explains everything. He left because he needed to find his own path in life. Living with Sayaka made him feel complete, like he had found half of himself, but he realized he still needed to discover the rest on his own. Now that he has done that, he comes back. He chooses to return to the person who made his life whole, and that person is Sayaka. In the end, Itsuki proposes to her and they get married. After that, Sayaka continues working her regular job while Itsuki follows his passion for photography and wild herbs. Together, they complete each other's lives and finally find the happiness they were both searching for. So the moral of the story is, if a random, handsome guy cooks you gourmet food from backyard plants, just marry him immediately before he disappears and becomes a famous author. Subscribe to Movie 2 Clips for more best explanation.